Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Logan, and today, with all the Scarlet and Violet madness that is going on right now, I'm going to go back into the Sword and Shield era for some cards that have some really good PSA 10 multipliers. Some cards are obviously very well known. There are some cards that aren't really well known for having really tough PSA 10 multipliers because the Sword and Shield era did have really good quality, unlike the Scarlet and Violet era, especially early Scarlet and Violet era. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's a lot to get into right now with a lot of data going through. So let's just kind of jump in right now. But before we start, let me know what secret card that you have or that you've seen that has a really good PSA 10 multiplier as well. First up, we got the Mew Galarian Gallery from Crown Zenith. Sorry about that. So this one does very well, or it has a tough gem rate. You know, Sword and Shield era really didn't have too many cards that had tough gem rates because the quality was so good. But in a PSA 10, there's 7,100 in a 10. But in a 9, there's over 12, basically 12,500 in a PSA 9. So almost double the amount in a 10. For a card that's well known, that is pretty easy to pull. You know, Crown Zenith has really good hit rates. So the fact that it's a almost half a percentage of the PSA 9 population. The price was about 380, 385, got down to the mid 210s, two teens area, somewhere right around there. And now we're back in the 280s again. Last sold being 340 actually for a PSA 10, then 310. So it is, and 350. So it is on the way up as we speak right now. So if you get it anywhere around that price, and it's a tough card to pull from a great set, and it's a fan favorite Pokemon. And I just talked about in a video, this Cramorant just cracks me up right here with his eyeballs. I don't know why. Next card up, we got the Pikachu from Crown Zenith. This is like the God Pack, all the cards that go in a poster together. PSA 10 population was 3748. PSA 9 is 6221. So again, I mean, a decent amount over the PSA 10 with the 9s when it comes to pop reports. Got all the way up to basically $300. Dropped down to about 135-ish. And now we're creeping back up above $200. Last sold 250, 251, 250. So it is creeping back up. Obviously, it is Pikachu. It is a pretty tough card to grade, especially for Sword and Shield era. So could be a good time to buy. Its raw card is about $30. So to go from $30 to $200, that's almost a 7x. That's a pretty good pop report. I mean, pop report multiplier for Sword and Shield era for sure. Next up, a sleeper card right here is the Lapras Galarian Gallery 05 from Crown Zenith. A lot of Crown Zenith if you haven't caught on, because these illustration rare, non-textured Galarian Gallery cards are pretty tough to grade. So PSA 10 pop reports 1482. PSA 9 is 2693, so again, almost double. The pop report for a 9s and is a 10s. Got all the way up to about 255-ish. Dropped down to 112. And now we're just kind of cruising down, dropping a little bit to about 135 last sold, then 135 again. So it is basically half of what its all-time high was. Pretty tough card to grade. Lapras, I mean, obviously, a lot of people do like Lapras, but it's not a top-tier fan favorite Pokemon. So, but again, tough to grade. Next up, we got the Latias. A lot of Latias cards coming out recently, so could be a decent time to buy. Latias, a decently fan favorite Pokemon. Pop report for a 10 is 1756. For a 9, 3473. So literally, basically half of the 10s than 9s. And almost 900 8s too. So, I mean, it's a decent amount. And not too many 10s out there for sure. Got all the way up to 250, right around there, right at 250. Dropped down to about 135. And now we're last sold's 150. And I don't know if there's going to be any more sold. Last sold's 150 and 180. Oh, there's a couple more right here. 200 and 180, 175. So 160-ish, 170-ish when it comes to PSA 10. But very hard card to gem rate. For Sword and Shield era, it's kind of insane. Next up, the Ditto. This card cracks me up. Absolutely love this card. That's the Ditto from Crown Zenith as well. It's like all these random, not random, but normal numals, and then you got the Ditto. Pop report for a 10 is only 700, and then a 9s is 1374, so basically right at 50% from 10s to 9s. Got all the way up to 205, dropped down to about 130, and now we're creeping back up to that all-time high. What was the last sell? 215. And that might be it. There's not very many of them out there. So that kind of makes sense. It's still in the triple digits for a Sword and Shield era card and a top tier set like Crown Zenith. The fact that these are only triple digits is still kind of insane. So about a $200 card for the Ditto, but great multiplier going from a $13 card to 200. Next up, the Keldeo. Absolutely love the color scheme of this card. Just looks like the Northern Lights. Definitely want to go there one day. But PSA 10 copies is 1301. PSA 9 is at 1542. So not the hardest card to grade, but still decently hard to grade. Got all the way up to about 175. And now last sold 100. Wow. 100, 118, and 105. So about a little over $100 card right now in a PSA 10. I really do love the color scheme on this one. Not the hardest card to grade, but still decently hard. Next up, the Deoxys non-textured one. PSA 10 is at 1404 gem rate. Sorry, PSA 10 pops 1401. PSA 9 is 2241, so pretty hard to grade. Got all the way up to 200. Now last sold being 150, 130, 150, 150, 130, 140, 120. So about 130, 140 range for the Deoxys. The yellow borders are kind of meh when it comes to these Galarian Gallery cards, but we can't deny how hard they are to actually grade. Next up, a sleeper card. Kind of crazy. It's a Snorlax reverse hollow. It's a card 109. It's like the crocheted, like knitted Snorlax card. Raw value for a reverse hollow is $3-4, so decent amount for a reverse hollow. I've definitely have thrown all these into bulk. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Last on a PSA 10 was over six. Oh, actually, no, I lied. $100. PSA 10 last sold in February 21st. There's only 13 of these in a PSA 10. I know it's not the craziest card. It's just a reverse hollow Snorlax, but it is interesting, a different type of card, and it's a Snorlax. And the multiplier is absolutely insane. Basically a 30x multiplier in a PSA 10. There's only 13 of them. Be pretty cool to have. Next up, so now we're getting to some big boys. A special delivery Bidoof right here. PSA 10 pop. There's only 1,018 in a 10. And a 9, there's 2401. And in an 8, there's 609. So the PSA 9 gem rate is blowing the 10s out the water. But, I mean, this thing is mad expensive. It's going up and down, up and down. And now it looks like we've settled around. Ooh. Oh, no, it's going up. It's going up. Last on the PSA 10 for special delivery Bidoof. $29.50, $23.48, $23.75, and $2,000. So probably around $2,300-$2,400 card. Maybe that was bids too, ZNG Emporium as well. So, but $29.50 last solds, and then $223 is right below that. So, special delivery Bidoof going on a tear right now. $400.18 to raw. So, I mean, it's a pretty freaking good multiplier. Next up, the special delivery Pikachu. Look at these gem rates, guys. And a PSA 10 is only basically 1,400 in a 10. And a 9, there's 8,000. And in an 8, there's 3,200. So over double 8s than there are 10s. This card is very tough to grade. Very, very tough to grade. And this card has just been kind of going up over time. With the last sales being 3,600, 33, 3,600, 3,650. So basically a $3,600 card for the special delivery Pikachu. Very, very tough card to grade. So you go from a $300 card to a $3,600 card. That's a crazy gains right there. Next up, we got the special delivery Charizard, doing obviously all the special deliveries because they are all pretty tough to grade. The Charizard PSA 10 Gym Pop. is 44.75, and at 9 it's over 17,000, and then at 8 it's 6,000 basically. Oh my, 17,009s is absolutely insane. But it's kind of been just squabbling, going up, going up, going up and down, up and down. Last sold's 1998 and a 10. And before that, 1637, 1854. So probably $1,900 card. Huh. I'm surprised it's not a little bit more, if I'm being honest, with 17,000 nines compared to 4,400 tens. I mean, that's a crazy difference. Next up, we got the Pikachu Sword and Shield promo 20. It's the one with all the starters in it. They're sliding down. It comes in a pretty crazy collection box, if I do remember. PSA 10s, there's 27.94, and 9s, there's 39.06. So decent amount more 9s and 10s. I mean, kind of going up and down, but pretty steady around that $400 mark, 400, 420, 400. So goes from a $80 card to 400. That's a pretty decent multiplier. Next up, this one's insane, guys. Pay attention to this one. It's the Gengar promo number 52. I'm pretty sure it comes in a Champion's Path collection box. Raw is about $80. PSA 10, 325 total in a 10, and a 9, 1575 in a 9, and in an 8, 761. So, crazy PSA 10 gem rates. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Last sold being 2741, 2358, and we're probably not going to have another sale after that. So 27 and 23, is that what I just said? So about probably average that out, $2,500 card for the Gengar Sword and Shield promo 52. It's a cute card. It has a holofoil right here, but just a very, very tough card to grade for the Gengar. Next up, we got the Pikachu V Sword and Shield promo 145. It's the one that comes in the Celebrations UPC. Again, a very tough card to grade. There's not even really pop. There's not actually pop reports right here. But it goes from an $87 card, last sold being probably right around $800. Oh, $625. Not too bad. I say not too bad. That's still very expensive. $800, $850. So maybe trending on the way down, but going from $87 card to $600, $800. That's a pretty good gem rate right there. Next up, we got we're gonna do the evolutions right here. We're starting off Vaporeon, my goat, the VMAX, those collection boxes where we get the alt arts as the promos. Pretty hard to grade though, guys. Pretty hard to grade. And a PSA 10, you got 4147, and a 9, you got 7163, and an 8, you got 2249. Was at $1,100, and now we've just been kind of going downhill after that. Last sold 750 and a 10, 750 and a 10, and 655. So we're down basically $400 from the Vaporeon VMAX all-time highs, and it's tough to grade. And it's astonishing artwork as well. Next up, we got the Vaporeon V. This one is really tough to grade. Really tough to grade. 1359 and a 10. Then you got 5177 and a 9. And 2497 and an 8. So there's basically double the amount of 8s as there are 10s. That typically shows that a card is really tough to grade, when there's more 8s than 10s. Was at 1200, and now last sold's still on the way down. Can't find any recent. 900 and 900. So $900 card was at 1200, so still down $300, basically right on the dot. Next up, we got the Flareon V. Again, another one with the Vaporeon. Really tough to grade. You got 1493 and a 10, 5567 and a 9, and 2315 and an 8. Again, that's a telltale sign that card's really hard to grade. Was up to basically 1150. And now last sold's being 900. That's still a pretty good price, honestly. 900, and I think that's it. That's all the recent sales we're gonna find. Yeah, I was like, it's tough. These cards are really hard to grade. You don't see these coming out for sale very often. Now we're gonna do the VMAX, 3816 and a 10, 6872 and a 9, 1895 and an 8. The VMAXs are easier to grade than the 10 or than the The VMAXs are easier to grade than the Vs when it comes to these alternate arts right here. And this one's not my favorite by any means, but still decently good card. Last sold in a PSA 10, 550, 535, and 535. So basically $535, $550 card. Going from a $46 card raw, it's still 10x. It's still pretty freaking good. Next up, the Jolteon V. Got up to almost $1,300, and this one's holding pretty strong from what I've seen. 929 last sold in a PSA 10, and that is, oh wait, I just saw one, and 1,080. So, but the gem rates is 1306 in a 10. It did this one completely backwards. 1306 in a 10, 5064 in a 9, and 2285 in an 8. Now we got the VMAX Jolteon. We got 3678 in a 10, 6613 in a 9, and 2103 in an 8. That's decently hard to grade. This is a decently hard card to grade for the VMAXs. Is 750 last on the 10, 700, 400 last. Nah, no way. No way. There's just no way. So we're looking at about $700, $750 card for the Jolteon. Next up, we got the Charizard V-Star from the Sword and Shield Charizard box, UPC Sword and Shield 262. This card is super hard to grade. There's 9,068 in a 10, almost 29,000 in a 9, and basically 12,000 in an 8. So very hard card to grade. And it's kind of just been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Now it looks like we're creeping on the way back up. Last sold's being 980. 1,061 and 950. So about $1,000 card again for this Charizard. I mean, it's a tough card to grade. Now we got the Godzilla Charizard VMAX again from the same box. Again, another pretty tough card to grade. 9s, there's 9704, and tens, there's 9704, and a 9, there's 22,577, and 8s, there's 7,300 basically. So again, pretty tough card to grade, but not that expensive. It's really not. 366 last sold to 10. You got 455 and 414, 415. For how hard it is to grade, that's not that bad of a price, if I'm being honest with you. Next up, this one, oh my goodness, look at these gem rates, guys, right here. The Greninja Gold Star from the Celebrations ETB promo. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. PSA 10 total, 2845. 9s, basically 19,000. And an 8, 16.7 thousand. And 7s, there's 4,000 basically PSA 7s. There's only 2,800 10s. So there's more 7s than 10s by a wide margin. This card is so hard to grade. And the multipliers do show that. 1350 last sold, 1126, 1186. So basically a $1,200 card, PSA 10, for a card raw is $27. So the gem rate multipliers go insane for this Greninja Gold Star. Next up, this is just a fun one. Absolutely, I just, nothing, obviously I don't even know what box this comes from, if I'm being honest with you, but it's a fun card. And the multiplier was insane. So we got the Sword and Shield promo 32 Snorlax. $20 card raw. Okay, nothing too crazy. There's only 18 of these in a PSA 10. Sold in a PSA 10, $900. That's the only known sell in the past 6 months. Is a $900 sell, PSA 10, only 18 pop. So obviously, it's a niche card. Not a lot of people are going to grade this card. I don't even know what collection box this is from. I might have to look it up just out of curiosity. But again, just one of those cards is a fun card. If you, for some odd reason, have this card and it's clean, you might want to send it in. Because even if it gets a 9, it's $100 for a 9. And that sold January 3rd. So very recently. A couple months ago, so not too bad at all. Next up, we got the Arceus V alternate art from the Arceus collection box. This collection box is pretty stacked. There's a Cosmic Eclipse pack in this collection box. PSA 10s, there's 725, and a 9, there's 22 or 2557, and an 8, there's 1,024. So more 8s than there are 10s. Decently hard card to grade. But the multiplier's there. The multiplier's definitely there. It's a $20 card raw. I'm surprised it's not worth more, if I'm being honest. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. Last sold's in a PSA 10. Do we have any recent sales? Not looking like it. It's a pretty hard card to grade. Yeah, not looking like it. So let's just look at the data. Last sold in a PSA 10 February 23rd at 525. So really, really good multiplier for this RCSV card. Again, a very stacked collection box, but those corners are always torn up. Next up, we got the Galarian Moltres Sword and Shield promo 284. It's from the Crown Zenith 10, the Shinji Kanda artwork 1. If anybody's just listening, you got 1788 and a 10, 2744 to 9, and 560 and an 8. So decently hard card to grade. Not the hardest, but it's still decently hard enough to grade. The yellow borders, with the illustration rares, the yellow borders, I just don't like them. I could be on the wrong side of the coin on this one, but I'm glad they went silver borders. I was talking to people for years about they need to go to silver borders with these illustration rares. But the multipliers aren't the craziest. I mean, it's good. Obviously, for a $13 card, it's very good. But not the craziest. Last on a PSA 10 was 220 and 215. So, not the craziest multiplier, but still very good. They were up to $400, so they're basically halved in price. Next up, the Rayquaza Sword and Shield promo 29 from the Sea and Sky boxes, the Hollow, the Cosmos Hollow foil one. Pretty hard card to grade. 597 and a 10, 898 and a 9, and 348 and an 8. So, again, almost double the 9s as there are 10s. For a Hollow that just comes in a box, that's a $4 card raw, does very good. And there's been basically like 2 different big spikes where they got up to 225 and 230. Now last sold's being 120, 120, 105, 120. So going from a $4 card to a $120 card, that's not bad at all. Ooh, excuse me, guys. So now we're getting some big boys. The last 3 I got are some big boys. The crazy gym rates right here. The Galarian Slowpoke Sword and Shield promo 126. I'm pretty sure it's a blister pack promo. But you got a Croagunk, you got a Whirlipede, I'm pretty sure right here. Let me know in the comment section. Who's that Pokemon? You know what I'm saying? But only 97 of these in a 10. There's 274 in a 9 and 198 in an 8. A lot of people probably threw these as bulk, as I for sure did when this card was coming out. But last sold it did get up to $800 in a PSA 10, and now last sold being $650. So it's a very great, very good multiplier. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna go? I'm basically 100%, 100 times, 100x multiplier for 100x multiplier for this card in a PSA 10. Obviously very hard to grade. There's gonna be scratches and winding all over the place. Next up, we got the Delta Species Mimikyu promo Sword and Shield 136 from the Celebration chest. This card is not the hardest to grade, but I really enjoy this card. This is a very good Delta Species card, and it's a Mimikyu. Fan favorite. People love Mimikyu. Total in a 10 is 1934. Total in a 9 is 3414. And an 8 is 1082. So, pretty tough card to grade. Got up to 550 in a PSA 10. And now we're down basically by 50% at 303 last sold. And before that, 280. So almost half in price for this Mimikyu. But with celebrations coming up, this could be a good play right here. It is a tough card to grade. So could be a good play. I really enjoy it. I love the blue right here. The blue outline on the Mimikyu looks really nice. And last on the list, we have the Light Toxtricity from the Sword and Shield promo. Same thing from the collection box, celebrations box. Very tough card to grade. Like an oh my god tough card to grade. And a 10, there's 57 in a 10, 728 in a 9, 1,110 in an 8, 466 in a 7, and in a 6, there's 209. So there's 5x or 4x the amount of 6s than there are 10s. Very, very tough card to grade. So, I mean, I don't have the pro membership, so I can't go back farther than 6 months. But there hasn't been a sale in 6 months, and the last sold was $791. So very, very tough card to grade. Obviously, not very. The pop report. There's only 57 of these in the PSA 10. So if you guys have these that you thought as bulk and you just kind of forgot about them, could be, you might want to look at them. Could be a great grading play. Now, unfortunately, I've thrown most of these promos that were just the hollow foils or just the regular ones that come in the chest. I definitely put these at bulk or dollar binders way back in the day. But that's all I got for you guys. I know Sword and Shield had a way better quality control than the Scarlet and Violet era, but there are still very good plays to be made when it comes to PSA 10 multipliers. Obviously, some better than others, but normally for the Sword and Shield era, it's basically 2x, 3x for like the Umbreon, the Moonbreon, $1,700 card, and a PSA 10 is probably, I think it's moving up right now, but about $3,600, so a little over 2x. All the other Evolving Skies cards are basically 2x, 3x at the most. So that's just kind of how it is. The quality control was so good that the gem rates aren't the craziest. But here are some cards where the gem rates are very crazy. That you could make some really, really nice plays for very, very cheap cards. But that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate all the love and support as always. You guys have a great day. Peace.